Your homework right now. So one of the homeworks is that challenge that I just gave you, right? Which is in the previous recording, which is to feed in a spline, set the perp frames on it as we did in the previous sort of demonstration, and then find a way to incrementally increase the size of the things that you're putting onto it by an increment, and the range will be 2 to 20. Okay, so that's one of the pieces of homework, which is already articulated in a different video. I want you guys to be aware that you will likely encounter a problem that looks like this. So now what happened to this? Is this not something where the list ran out of values and it just repeated? So it repeated the position. So just a heads up that that's one of the things that's going to happen to you, okay? And you're going to deal with it the same way that you dealt with it with the circles originally, and the same way that you just dealt with it here. So that's homework number one. That's a challenge. That's a mini definition that you're being asked to write. Here's the other homework that's going to take substantially more time. Number one, I want you guys to use the snipping tool to grab a image of every one of the components that you've used so far, okay? And I want you to put it on a single sheet of, so in a Word document, you're going to put that one in there. Maybe you can fit two to a sheet, right? And you're going to write what it's about. What's that definition about? Don't just give me the definition that happens when you hover over something. So Kara's showing this, right? But I want essentially like this little book of all these definitions, okay? Now the second thing that I want is I want additional pages, right, for the subparts of the definitions that we've been working on and what they do. So for example, did you guys work on a random number generator? You did, didn't you? And so that random number generator you can you could reuse. I could tell you, for this thing right here, I want a random set of values. I don't want it increasing in size from one to the other. I want a random set of numbers for each of the size of those things. It's going to make a list. Well, the random number generator goes back 2 classes. Had the seed, you push the seed around, right? We constructed a domain, and then it just generated a bunch of values. And we used repeat data to kind of repeat it until it got to the end of the list. So that is your 2 pieces of homework, okay? Those things are to be printed and put into a binder. And that's it. See you guys all on Tuesday, I guess, right? Tuesday, yes.